Hey everybody, it's me, Scotty the Trainer. Thanks for joining me for Scotty the Trainer Tuesdays. You see this woman right here? The most beautiful woman on the planet. Mwah. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm going to tell you how something that she did gave me some great inspiration for this week's Scotty the Trainer Tuesday. All right? And also, look at this. First snowman of 2018, right? Hey, don't go anywhere. You're going to enjoy this week's Scotty the Trainer Tuesday. Okay, guys. So we're talking about work while you're waiting. Work while you're waiting. So here's what happened. My wife the other night took her keys and she decided she was going to warm up her car. So she took her keys. She goes inside the vehicle here and starts the vehicle up. All right, so the vehicle's running, right? She then goes, hits the lock button, make sure that the doors are locked. Okay. So now we got to make sure that the car is running and that the doors are locked. Now, a funny thing happened. While the car is running and the door is locked, I say to her, "You sure the door's locked?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "You got the spare key?" "Oh, yeah, I got the spare key." Guess where the spare key is? Inside the vehicle. That happens to be running. So now, can't get in. The door's locked, the car's running, and the spare keys on the inside of it as well. So my wife comes and tells me about it and says, "Hey, listen, the car's locked up, the car's running, and the extra key happens to be inside the car." No problem. I'm prepared for moments like this because I do what any man would do to take care of his family. I pay for roadside service through my insurance company. So I call them, I tell them what's going on, and they say to me, it's going to be about 90 minutes. That's where the locksmith is. He's about 90 minutes out. He should be to you soon. Now, keep in mind, the car is still running. So, the car's running. Nothing I can do about it. Car's locked up. Extra keys in there. Nothing I can do about it. So, I'm taking the idea that I'm going to wait until the professionals get here and they're able to unlock the car and get inside of it and get us the key, and then we'll be good to go. Now, do you think that that's the attitude that my wife takes? No. Her brother happens to be down the street. So she calls him. He says, "Yeah, I'm down the street." She goes, "Hey, listen, can you come up here and help me get inside this car? Because I've locked the keys up in it." He says, "Don't you have a spare?" She goes, "Yeah, I got a spare, but the spare's inside the car too." He goes, "Oh, so you locked them both up?" Long story. Don't have time for this. Can you help me or not? So the short of the long story is that while I'm waiting for the locksmith to show up, her and her brother, my brother-in-law, are out there trying to find pieces of metal, trying to find wire hangers. Incidentally, this is a side note. Did you know that wire hangers are getting worse and worse and harder to find? We got plastic hangers. We got all kinds of other hangers. But guess what? There's no wire hangers! Well, they're still working inside the car. Me, I'm inside the warm house. I'm just waiting for the locksmith. Let the professionals do the job. And that's that. Bing, bing, bing. Those two, on the other hand, are out there and they're trying to figure a way to get that door unlocked. They are not waiting. So that brings me to the point of today's Scotty the Trainer Tuesday. So here's the deal. While I was willing to wait on the opportunity to come down the road, they were not. Let me give it to you another way. While I and so many people are willing to wait for an opportunity to come, well, I know that I've been working this job for some years. Well, when are you going to move up? When are you going to do this? When are you going to make a change? Well, I'm just waiting on the opportunity to take place. Well, one day somebody will notice me. Maybe somebody will just come down the way and see what I'm doing. Well, I mean, one day something will happen. Hey, you interested in going to learn about computers? Yeah. Are you taking IT courses? Oh, no, I'm just going to sit here and wait. Just like me, waiting for the locksmith to come and open up the door. I was satisfied with that. Yeah, I know the car's running for 90 minutes. I know we're burning gas. Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to sit and wait, just like so many people today. In the same job, stuck in the same dead-end life, stuck in the same dead-end thoughts. They're not willing to do anything else. While the other side of the coin is my wife and my brother-in-law out there trying to figure out a way to get in that area, trying to figure out a way to get that door open, figure out a way to push that button, figure out a way to get that door unlocked. Let me tell you, that's two forms of people. This little illustration started inspiring me and motivating me, because there were people that were taking the mindset that I was, even though mine was on a locked door. There are people who have the great potential to a better life, to a greater year, to a greater step, to the next level, but they're sitting there waiting for someone else to come and open the door for them. The other side is my wife and my brother-in-law working, trying to do what they can, working on that door, not giving up, working on it, trying to figure a way. There's people that are doing everything that they can. They're talking to their bosses. They're working hard on the job. They're trying to get some self-help and some motivation. They're working on themselves to be a better person. They're learning everything that they can. They're studying. They're not willing to settle for the status quo. They're not willing to settle for where they are. And so here's the moral of the story, and here's what happened. So my wife comes back inside the house, and she gives me a hug and a kiss, and she goes, okay, well, I'm going now. I thought, going? The car's locked up. She goes, no, don't worry. Me and John, my brother-in-law, me and John finally got the door open. What? I thought we were waiting for the locksmith. She said, no, you were waiting for the locksmith. We got the door open, and now I'm going to run to the store and pick up the things that I needed. So what did I have to do? I called the locksmith and told him, hey, I don't need the guy. They said, well, he's about 6 miles out. Well, I said, I don't need him. I got the door open. Really, my wife got the door open, but I'm the one on the phone, right? So I'm trying to take a little credit. And I said, we don't even need him. See in that story, two different schools of thought. People that are willing to sit there and wait. Other people that are willing, while they're waiting, to keep working on where they are and what they're doing. Did you know that inside, and there's all kinds of inspirations out there, but did you know that inside the Bible, anywhere you read where the universe or God touched somebody to go out and do something great, did you know that every person that ever was called or touched or felt the initiative to rise up and do something, they were busy working. Busy working. There was a prophet by the name of Elisha. When he was called to become a prophet, guess what he was doing? He was plowing in the field. There was another man by the name of Amos. Guess what he was doing when he was called to be a prophet and to speak to the nations and stood before kings and rulers? You know what he was doing? He was busy tending his farm. He was a farmer. King David, who you don't even have to be a Bible scholar to know about King David, the man that killed the giant, the man that was known as the greatest king of Israel, the king of King David, the man after God's own heart. When he was called to be king, he was a little shepherd boy. Every person that has done something, the next opportunity that has opened up for them, they have been busy working while they were waiting. Every person that I ever coach or train in the job that I do, when they come in, they always say to me, hey, Scotty, what do I have to do to get to the next level? What do I have to do to get to the corporate office? What do I have to do to become a manager? What do I have to do to move up? You know what I tell them? inevitably, every single time, you have to work hard on the job that you're doing right now. If you work hard on the job that you're doing right now while you're waiting, when people are ready to elevate you to the next level, they'll be able to say, you know what, that man right there worked hard in the job he's in. I know he'll work hard in the job that he wants. Two schools of thought. You can sit back and wait for the door of opportunity to come, or you can keep working. You can keep pushing. You can keep getting up every day. You can keep learning. You can keep talking to people. You can keep excelling in the position that you're in until finally, just like my wife, you hit that button and the door unlocks and you say, you know what? I'm not waiting for opportunity. I'm opening up the door myself. I'm going to make that opportunity happen. You can't sit by and wait for greater things. You got to keep working while you're waiting. I'm Scotty the Trainer. This is Scotty the Trainer Tuesday. And as always, that's how I see it.